set you up. I don't think she did this, man.
Listen to me. I'm telling you the truth.
Wednesday.
Tamara is
A whore.
There's only one episode left
It didn't go well.
until the season
I
finale.
need to ask you something.
What?
Do you know Fatima?
And one epic showdown will have everyone talking.
Karen's calling me.
Really?
My sister has a lot of questions for you.
He's a married man. This is not going to be good.
Tyler Perry Sistas. All new Wednesday at 9. Watch it live on BET.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Missniecytv, and I'm here to break down the trailer for Sistas Season 6, Episode 21. The trailer starts off with Gary telling Hayden that Tamara set him up. Hayden is in denial about it, like, nah man, she wouldn't do that, and Gary's like, look, I'm telling you the truth, she did do it. Gary may be doing this to spite you because he's angry about his situation, but trust me, Gary's not lying, Hayden. But what I really want to know is how can Gary find out all this information, but you're married to her and couldn't find out anything? Hayden, wouldn't you also find it suspicious that when she walked into the law firm and she officially met you and said somebody recommended you to her, but she didn't give you a name, but she was flirting with you super hard, but she allowed you to take her out on trips without even knowing her for like 24 hours, and you marry her within 2 weeks of knowing her? Wouldn't something in your brain say something about the situation's not right and I have to do some more investigating? Honestly, Hayden, you have to be smarter than that, and I kind of don't feel bad for you, but in the same sense I do. You caused this on yourself because you didn't do any investigating, and now you're in love with a woman and she doesn't have true feelings for you. Over at the law firm, we have the lawyer telling Zach and Fatima that the case didn't go well. I wonder if this is because they looked up Zach's record in the court and realized that he's been to jail too many times, or did they come up with a story that was too convincing and that there wasn't enough evidence to prove Zach's side? I would also like to take this time to point out the fact when Zach and Fatima were over at Heather's house with the cops and they kept asking to see Michael, they kept saying that he was fine. Why didn't Zach and Fatima take that time for themselves to go see Michael with the cops being there to ensure that he was actually okay? Because if it was me, I know I actually and surely would have. Then we see Zach getting comforted by Fatima after receiving the news that the case didn't go well. That's when Hayden walks up and is like, Fatima, you like playing games, huh? And then Zach says, y'all better get him before I... There's a time and place for everything, and the time right now is not good because Zach not in the proper headspace to deal with anyone, and if you thought he beat you up the first time, Hayden, trust me, he's gonna do you even worse now. Back at Hayden's, we see Hayden confronting Tamara, and he's like, I got something to ask you. Tamara's like, what? He's like, do you know Fatima? Of course Tamara's gonna say no. For one, she would have to deal with Madam if she said yeah. 2, I think she has true feelings for you. And 3, I know she's just out for the money. Hayden, I think you be forgetting what you be saying sometimes, because weren't you the one that said Fatima might know her? Why would you even say that or think that if you didn't think something was wrong? Then we see Sabrina, and she's going out to lunch with her boss to see if she can get her job back. And Sabrina says, how are you? And her boss says, I should be asking you that. I think they're gonna talk about getting Sabrina a new position, or Ross will tell her that she has the same position, but Maurice doesn't work for her anymore due to conflict of interest. We see Zach in the car and he's talking to Fatima and he tells her that Karen's calling me. She's like, oh really? And I'm like, what? Is Karen calling Zach? But then I had to think about it. Zach is into construction and flipping property, so she might be calling him for that, or she might be calling him because of the baby clothes that Brian left. Speaking of Brian takes Karen over to the new building, and she's looking very wild about the building. So that might be why she's calling Zach to get some advice. But if she calls Zach and Zach says, yes, this is good property, and something goes wrong, she'll be blaming him. Karen's being a little too nice for my liking, and I honestly don't know how to feel about it, because I have a feeling she's going to flip the switch and be back to old Karen's. Then we see Jordan, and he's talking to Andy. It looks like they're in the same restaurant that Angela and Fatima go to, and Zatima. Jordan's like, my sister has a lot of questions for you, and I'm like, Jordan, what else does she want to know? What else does she need to know? Everything that Andy told her was the truth. Gary was living a double life, and everything that he did with Andy, he did with Penelope, and he was playing both of them at the same time. If she needs to know anything else, I don't know what else to tell her. I don't know what else Andy could tell her either. We're at the airport, we see Danny looking at her phone, and she's like, oh, he's a married man. She could be talking about Preston because he went back to Mindy and married her to their argument, or she could be talking about Tony or Rich, or she could even be talking to Karen, and Karen is explaining the situation of Brian being a married man, who's also the contractor that flirts with her. Over at Maurice's, we see Sabrina on the phone and she's looking very secretive. It might be her boss telling her to come to the bank so they could talk more about her getting her job, or it might have something to do with Maurice's position. Back at the law firm, we see Andy and she's talking to Fatima and she's telling her that this is not going to be good. I wonder if she's talking about the custody situation with Michael, or she's talking about the fact that she went to go see Jordan. And Jordan said that his sister had a lot of questions for her, or is she referring to the fact that Penelope's at the law firm requesting to talk to her? I just hope that this doesn't turn into a Karen and Aaron situation with Aaron's ex-wife. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on your bell notifications. Bye!